Here you go. Hey, buddy. This is the oldest library in England.
Now, beyond the gate, you've got something, you've got a collection of books that starts around about 1500. That's only a couple of decades after the invention of printing, and runs through to 1800.
Oh, Anna! So we're still in Wells Cathedral. One of the chaplains came up to us and made sure that we were going to see the clock as it chimed 3 o'clock, seeing as today is 9/11, which I thought was very sweet of her, that she remembered that we are Americans, because that is, I mean, that's been an important part of our history throughout the 21st century, so I'll try to show you that. But yeah, it's the second oldest clock in England. Welcome to Cheddar Gorge.
But I like the British. I'm happy for you all.
I can't escape it, and I don't want to. Just for you, Dr. Jan, more ducks. We are currently at Cheddar Gorge. Lindsay and I just got some delicious vintage cheddar that claims to be the only kind made in cheddar. It's probably just a tourist trap, but it was delicious, so I don't really care that much. Cheddar Gorge is supposed to be Britain's second most amazing wonder, or most amazing natural wonder, I guess I should say. And you can see, I mean, it really is gorgeous. I think some of the guys came here earlier and climbed up, part of it at least, and some of them duly climbed back up, only to be warned by, I guess their equivalent of a park ranger, that it's a lot easier to get up than it is to get down. But we haven't had any broken necks yet, so here's to hoping that that trend continues.
"My dear Mr. Bennet," said his lady to him one day, "have you heard that Netherfield Park is let at last?" Mr. Bennet replied that he had not. "But it is," returned she, "for Mrs. Long has just been there and told me all about it." Mr. Bennet made no answer. "Do you want to know who has taken it?" cried she, impatiently. "Well, you want to tell me, and I have no objection to hearing it." Well, this was invitation enough. "Why, my dear, you must know, Mrs. Long says that the Netherfield is taken by a young man of large fortune from the north of England, that he came down on Monday in a chaise and four to see the place, and was so much delighted with it that he agreed with Mr. Morris immediately that he is to take possession before Michaelmas, and some of his servants are to be in the house by the end of the week." "What is his name?" "Bingley." "Is he married or single?" "Oh, single, my dear, to be sure. A single man of large fortune, 4,000 or 5,000 a year. What a fine thing for a girl."
But I just got out of a book event held by Topping and Company, which is an independent bookstore here in Bath. They hosted Paula Byrne at St. Swithin's Church, which, by the way, is the church where Jane Austen's father was a curate, and it's also where Jane Austen's parents were married. Hey Megan and Emily, so I just got out of the finale of the Jane Austen Festival, which is a program called Ostentatious, where basically, like, it's kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway meets Jane Austen, but they just pick out, the audience writes suggestions for titles, and they pick them out and perform them. When I was trying to come up with a title, I was trying to think of something pretty Austen-esque, so I was thinking, for some reason, the first thing that came to my head was like The Education of Miss Whitby. I was like, no, I can do better than that. So I was thinking and thinking and thinking, and I ended up with The Fashionable Enlightenment of Miss Whitby. So I wrote it down. I was thinking, okay, that's just kind of funny, you know, it's more Moliere than Austen, but whatever. They ended up picking it and performing it, and I just about died. It was hilarious. I know they're not going to be doing, you know, the Jane Austen Festival when you guys come in, but I think they said that the company that did it is coming back in March, so if you all can, go. It's hilarious. So I just went to Evensong here in Bath, in Bath Abbey, and and it was absolutely lovely. I'm trying to speak very quietly because, again, the service just ended, but this is a pretty quiet place, but it was absolutely lovely. I loved it. It's one of my favorite services that I've attended so far, and then hopefully I'll be able to come back. But if you can just see, look at how gorgeous this is. I love church architecture. I think it's gorgeous, and I wish that we had more of it in the United States. But that's not really a Church of Christ thing, I guess. In an era of ever-growing suspicions about the NSA spying on us and concerns about whistleblowers trying to keep the American public informed, it's very telling that the Welsh National Assembly is constructed with lots and lots of glass.
So, also we plant a tree in its place.
Okay, so the Doctor Who experience is right over there. So we're at the Roman Amphitheatre at Caerleon, still in Wales. Nicely done. It's been kind of a crazy week. Yeah, I have been sick, so that's not been fun. But overall, I've really enjoyed the Jane Austen Festival. I haven't done a ton with that, but I've tried to go to some of the readings and stuff. Adrian Lucas, who played Mr. Wickham in the '95 version of Pride and Prejudice, was there, and he read the first chapter. So that was really fun for me. I love Pride and Prejudice. It's such a great story, and it's so cool to see so many people come together to celebrate an author's work. There they are! Oh my goodness, the little bunnies!
Bunnies!
I wish I could have caught them running. Hi! I told you things were going to get back to normal soon. I'm nice and recovered, no more virus, thank God. And we're here in Oxford today with some of the Abilene Christian students, which is quite fun. They've all been very nice and very welcoming, but of course we happen to find yet more ducks, so there's always that.
Hello, duckies. Come to me.
Look, I got a piece of grass. Hannah, they're walking on grass.
Maybe you'll be able to name some of them after theologians again.
Okay.
Since we have Calvin and Luther need friends.
If I'm throwing large amounts of bread around in public, my proximity to ducks determines whether or not I'm littering.
That's one of the greatest shower thoughts ever.
Hey, duckies. If they're hungry.
Hello, duck friends. Hello, duck friends.
I don't know. When we get back, I'll Google them for you.
So we are walking around Oxford currently. This is Chandler. If you want to say hi, you can. I won't include you if you don't want me to. Lovely. I'm so glad that we're here. Finally. Okay, so we are just about to head inside the Eagle and Child, which is the pub where C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien would meet, which I know will make you all very, very happy. Here we are. So this is Port Meadow. It's a very lovely area. We've just been walking around. Lots and lots of geese. And what do you know? More ducks.
I'm the duck whisperer.
Yes, you are, but seriously.
They're authentic. If you remember the Royal Crescent, some of them have changed, and a lot of that was down to the war. Because with the bombing, the blast of the goes out. And it was cheaper then to replace them with fake glass.